Shalom. I want to first start off giving our praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honors unto our apostles, as well as the men that taught them, the elder high priests, and the elder bishops and the elders at Great Millstone. Peace and blessings unto the 144,000, as well as the rest of the elect of the nation of Israel. All right, this is the brother Abadia from the GMS Houston camp. And I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to name the video. I thought of naming it. I believe I'm going to name this video, You're Celebrating Your Downfall. Okay? Now, these devils may, as we know, tomorrow is Independence Day. Okay? 4th of July. And this devil is celebrating 250 years since then. Okay, and knowing Esau, knowing he's the devil that the Bible speaks of, he's also referred to as Satan because he's the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan. Okay, so this man may have some plans, or there may be some kind of plan of some sort. Something big that this man is gonna do at this 250 years from 1776 July 4th marker. We'll see, Lord willing, something happens that kicked this thing off. This man's he's already fallen and he's losing power, but to totally send things into hyperdrive. Okay, so this man is celebrating 250 years of being in power or independent, right, from England. That he's really celebrating his demise through the spirit, his downfall. And celebrate for what? The fuck is there to celebrate? All the treacherous, low down, dirty shit that this devil has done. There's no reason for this place to be celebrated. Okay, let's talk about that for a minute. I'm here on Job 9:24. Let's bring that out. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? All right, so this is definitely talking about the so-called white man through the process of elimination. It's obvious that this man is ruling the earth. And he's the only one that covered the faces of the judges. The supreme judge is the Most High. Second in command is his son, which he gave full command or authority to his son, his only begotten son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. His true name is Yahweh Shai in the Hebrew. Okay? And you read about that in let's get that real quick. Matthew 28. And they already starting with the shit. Popping the firecrackers and fireworks, and we probably, I will not be surprised if a lot of people get effed up from playing with them fireworks. All right, this is Matthew 28:18, because I made the statement. Yeah, technically Yahweh Shai, he's second in command under Yahweh, but the Heavenly Father gave him full power and authority. Let's read it. And Yahushua came and spake unto them, saying, all power is given unto me in heaven and in earth. All right. So he's the man. He's the man in charge. All right. And then there's a rank and order a rank and file in which is the order after that. Next is King David. All right. And the rest of the 144,000 government body members. All right. 12,000 out of each of the 12 tribes of Israel. And that's what the earth is about to witness. The earth is about to witness righteousness. But first this devil has to go. He has to fall. Then the earth is going to be saturated with righteousness through our Lord Yahushua. Okay? Going back to Job 9:24, this devil, he covered up the face of the Most High and His only begotten Son by putting up, but through iconoclasm, okay? And setting that false image or false depiction up in these harlot houses, which people believe to be churches. But it's really a place where you go commit adultery. Well, for Israelites, it's a place where you go commit spiritual adultery on the Heavenly Father. All right? And His Son. So this man has been put in the rulership position. He also had the living document on how to guide the earth, how to instruct the people, which is the Holy Scriptures. It tells you how to rule. It pretty much is our law, statutes, and commandments. Well, part of it, a big part of it. The rest of it is it's a prophetic book. All right? It's a book of wise sayings. It's a book of parables. Dark sayings. But the part I'm referring to is the part about the laws, statutes, and commandments, which is for us Israelites. It's our guide on how we are supposed to live, and it's based upon a covenant, okay, which we broke it, and we're waiting on a new covenant. The hopeful elect is we're waiting on a new covenant so we can live by these laws perfect. Now, this devil, he took this book onto himself, and he had the rules on how to instruct the people. You know, he took the book onto himself, said he was gonna live by the scriptures, and he did the total opposite. Okay, so this devil's accountable. He gotta be held accountable for that, and he is. All right, he had the instructions to make the people flourish, make the earth flourish, maintain the earth properly, and the people. And this man did the opposite. He destroyed. Instead of build up the people, see, the law allows you to build, to grow. But Esau did the opposite. So instead of building, he destroyed. He stunted growth. All right. So celebrate 250 years for what? Maybe for the Indian Removal Act. Maybe that should be celebrated. And while he ruled, he stole land from the so-called Native American Indians. Okay? He also tortured and destroyed the so-called Negroes and all the tribes. But let's go from his 1776 marker. Let's just use that mark. What about the Jim Crow laws? That shit was harsh. You know? What about all the think tanks that this man and counseled in and on how to destroy the Israelites, and then did it? This man gave us, he put crack in the community. All right. He put so-called blacks and Hispanics in prison and set it up that way, set up a society of traps, you know, to where they'll get caught up and then go in an institution where you're around men, nothing but men, and you have a high probability of being turned out or indulging in some foul activity, if you know what I mean. Okay? What are we supposed to celebrate? Especially you Jakes, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Y'all gonna be head first into the Independence Day. When you Negroes, your black ass was in captivity getting fucked over, tortured, raped, robbed, and murdered. Murdered and raped. Really wasn't nothing left to rob but the heritage. Yeah, our heritage was taken by force. It was beaten out of us. Okay? How about that for you celebrating 250 years of independence? To this devil, you know, he independence. He freedom. He freed America, the English settlers, the 13 colonies. Okay, freedom from taxation, being taxed by England, right? And the cruelty from England to in turn go above and beyond what they supposedly were, working for independence from. Then he lied about it. You fucking devils didn't fight um, the English military. Okay, you fought Hessian soldiers. Go do your history. All right. Now I ain't gonna go all into that, but those were German men, Edomite men from Hesse, Germany, that were hired to fight in that war, that Revolutionary War, that got America's so-called independence. But you wasn't independent. You're not independent from the clutches of the banking power. Okay, you never got free from that, and still this place is still attached to, the powers that be. That all right, that control the money, control the banking infrastructure of the world. So let's do this. Let's go to Habakkuk, because this is what this man has ruled in nothing but utter wickedness. All right, and for that, this man is going to be destroyed. And let's go to right here in the book of Habakkuk. I'm gonna start at verse 5. It says, "Yea, also because you know what." Start at verse 4. It says, Habakkuk 2 and 4, "Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him." And that, who is that talking about? The so-called white man, the Edomites, especially the elites of Edom, you Amalekites, was just there, the small hats today. And through process of elimination, when you read this part of this chapter, all indicators point to the so-called white man. Absolutely. It says, "But the just shall live by his faith." So we reading about getting some subject matter. This his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. Yes, because this devil has a foul spirit in them. It's not upright. Upright is when you're upright, you keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the scriptures. That's how one is upright. The Most High said, "No man on man." This devil promoted it to this very day, and he promoted woman on woman. The scriptures is against that. No bestiality. This devil says you can marry your pet. Okay? Well, isn't that animal cruelty? Say a person married a pet and they say, "Well, I'm having sexual relations with my significant other." Ain't that animal cruelty? And it's against the law, you fucking devil. That's called bestiality. You and the animal are supposed to be put down for some shit like that. Okay? The Most High said, "Do not eat pork, don't even touch it," for us Israelites. But like we said, this man took the book onto himself, so now you're held accountable. But this man promotes pork as a luxury, like a not a luxury. What's the word? A delicacy. Like you can't live without it, type of thing. So this man's spirit ain't and he's into children. He's a damn pedophile. He's this man is about taking the innocence away from children. He's about raping, robbing, murdering, lying. Let's continue. It says, "Yea, also, because he transgressed by wine." Can't forget about that. This man likes to do. He's all into psyops, messing with your mind through philosophies, through the television, through music. All right, through food. Or you can get caught up in one of his ideologies or philosophies. Christianity, Scientology, Egyptology, Islam, you name it. It says, "He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home." Yep. This is supposed to be home base for this devil, right? America. And over there in, Europe. But let's just use America. This man, he don't keep it at home. Let's read. "Who enlarged his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied." So instead of him staying home, worrying about this country, he's all over the world robbing and murdering. Okay? Robbing what? Mineral resources from other nations. Look what he's doing with the data centers. So he can fulfill his God complex. So he can spy on the world. He's dehydrating the earth. And he's destroying the people in the process. Destroying water sources for the people. Contaminating water sources. All right? And then moving people off their land. Yeah, he's paying them, a certain amount of money, and using the eminent domain act to pretty much say they gotta come up off their shit. This man, and shake you down through his laws. Okay? Then he spreads a disgusting philosophy upon your mind. That's also a part of the death. Outside of the physical killing people, murdering people, he destroys your brain, your mind. They say a mind is a terrible thing to waste. Well, Esau is all about wasting minds. And cannot be satisfied, but gathered unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people, yes, through his philosophy, which he wants to unify the world under one order, one philosophy. There's one way, everything controlled and tracked and traced, and just everything is something called have absolute traceability in the earth. Everything can be traced and tracked. Okay. Now check out this. So 250 years, right, of ruling in wickedness and destroying at in the same time. As this man is, since he's been in power, and let's use the 250-year mark, going back 250 years, since this devil wants to celebrate it. What good has he done? He's tell you that, oh, we've came a long way with technology to make, life easier and more convenient and blah, blah, blah. And it looks pretty and glamorous, and they're like, ooh, oh, look at this. Look at the gadgets. Look at the technology. But the whole time, in order to produce this technology, he had to destroy the earth. And he used the technology to destroy the minds of the people. So he's done no good. Let's continue reading. It says, shall not all these take up a parable against him? Yeah, the whole earth is going to come, is right now is really coming against this devil. Even his allies is going to come against him. And a taunting proverb against him, saying, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. See? Tell you that this man is a goddamn murdering thief. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. And that's the type of economy this man runs. Thick clay goes into the word abadyat, which means heavy debt. So pretty much the world economy is a debt-based economy. Let's deal with America and America, which modeled its banking practice, which is central banking, from Great Britain. Okay, and it's based upon debt. All right. So right now, let's look at a Babylon the Great. Outside of this place, the economy is based upon debt. It's a credit-based system. There's a lot of debt that's been accumulated in this credit-based economy or banking system. All right. What is it at? I haven't looked at it in a while. 40 trillion, 41 trillion. I had to look at. You can look at it and see exactly where it's at. But when you factor in the unfunded liability, that number could go up to around 300 trillion. That's how much debt this place is really in. Okay. It says, shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that vex thee, and thou should be for booties unto them. So this place America is ultimately going to get spoiled. Booties is going in a spoil. And the ultimate spoiling is going to come by way of thermonuclear destruction. So you want to celebrate something, you celebrating your fucking downfall in the spirit. In the spirit, this man is really celebrating his downfall. And who would celebrate their downfall? You know? So whatever this devil's going to come with, we're watching, to, how do I want to put it? To pretty much say that he's been ruling for 250 years, we waiting to see what he is. Is he going to do anything? What's it all about? Through the spirit, we understand what it's about. It's symbolizing the downfall of this man's kingdom. Okay. So, Lord willing, I could go into more scriptures that talk about the destruction of this place. Jeremiah 50, Jeremiah 51, Revelation 18, Revelation 13. I mean, not Revelation 13. Well, yeah, you can go into Revelation 13, um, but not Revelation 13. Isaiah 13, excuse me. Isaiah 24. Okay? Just to name a few scriptures that goes into the destruction of this place. And we at that time, once this man come with that technology and mandate it across the world, that MOTB, things are going to move extremely fast. And things are going to be chaotic in the earth, even way more chaotic than they are now as well. So it's a rough, rocky ride that we just got to hold on and pray that Yahweh Shem Yahushua maintain us through this hell. Lord willing, this video was edifying. Until the next one, I say shalom.